All right, this is the Village of Round Lake Beach Council meeting tonight for May 16th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Clerk, can we have the roll?
Trustee Husk. Trustee Valadez.
Here.
Trustee Davis.
Here.
Trustee Cleveland.
Here.
Trustee Ibarra.
Here.
Trustee Stout.
Here.
Mayor Nichols.
Here. If we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the
republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Have a seat. All right. We will be moving on, starting with the approval of the agenda. Anyone have any comments on the agendas that look good? If I could, a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
So moved by trustee Ibarra, second by trustee Valadez. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have that. Motion carries. Approval of the council meeting minutes for April 18th, 2022. As presented, any corrections needed? Hearing none. Can I have a motion and a second, please? So moved by trustee Cleveland,
Second.
second by trustee Stout. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have that as well. Motion will carry. Approval tonight expenditures of $1,117,801.93. Mark, do you want to talk briefly on this, what a couple of large items are?
Let's see. The largest items, again, are the Blue Cross Blue Shield and Equity Associates Corporations. It's a sales tax rebate. And then the Berger Excavating on a water main package for $160,000. Those are the three large items. And then you have the rest of the sheet.
Yes.
If you have any questions, I can.
We did go over all this at the committee of the whole. Trustees, are there any questions on the expenditures for the month? Hearing none. Can I get a motion, approval of expenditures for $1,117,801.93? So moved by trustee Davis. Second was Paul. Thank you. Trustee Stout. And can we have a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Valadez.
Aye.
Trustee Davis.
Aye.
Cleveland.
Aye.
Trustee Ibarra.
Aye.
Trustee Stout.
Aye.
The ayes have that. Motion will carry. We have no ratifications tonight to speak of. Committee of the whole reports. Trustees, do you have anything to report tonight? Hearing none, we'll move on to the mayor's report. Mayor's report, we do have a few items on this tonight. First up will be our commission appointments for planning and zoning. Audrey Parker, if you want to come to the front. Audrey has served on the Planning and Zoning Commission since May of 2011. She has served 2 5-year terms and is up for reappointment. She has agreed to continue her service, and we thank you very much for that. And we'd like to make sure we make this complete again and give her commission. Would you like to read, clerk? Oops. Oh, that's right. Thank you. If we could get a motion and a second to approve.
So moved.
So moved by trustee Cleveland, second by trustee Ibarra. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have that. And clerk, if we could have you go ahead and read the.
I, Audrey Parker,
I, Audrey Parker,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that
and that
I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
Planning and Zoning Commissioner
Planning and Zoning Commissioner
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you very much, Audrey. Could you come up and sign? One copy will be yours. And thank you very much, Audrey, for your service. And I promise we'll get you a couple more to assist you soon as next month, hopefully. Thank you. All right, also on the mayor's report, commission appointment for the Police Pension Board. William Murphy, Bill, is here tonight and has served on the police board since February of 2020. He is up for his first reappointment and has agreed also to continue to serve the Round Lake Beach residents. So we thank you for being here tonight and thank you for your service. And can we have a motion and a second to approve the recommission? So moved by trustee Cleveland,
Second.
second by trustee Davis. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have that as well. If you could, with the oath of office.
All right, if you could lift your right hand, please. I, William Murphy,
I, William Murphy,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
Police Pension Board Trustee
Police Pension Board Trustee
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you. And if you
Thank you very much, Bill. Greatly appreciate your service. All right, having our two commission appointments done for the night, we now have our swearing in of our newly tested sergeants. Chief Rivera?
Thank you, Mayor and Board. And if we can, before we do that, Mayor, if I can, we do have two officers we wanted to recognize for certain incidents
Correct.
that happened since then. So DC Wildy, could you come on up?
Thank you, Mayor and Board. I would like to invite up Officer Sam Wilson and Officer Forrest Brushard, please. On April 18th of 2022 at 1:53 in the morning, these officers were dispatched to the 1400 block of Cedar Lake Road for an unconscious person. While the officers were en route, the dispatchers advised that the subject was not breathing. Officer Wilson here arrived on scene to find a male subject performing chest compressions on a female victim. Officer Wilson, without hesitation, took over those chest compressions for several minutes. Officer Brushert arrived on scene to assist. Officer Brushert, a trained paramedic, understands that his training and experience allows him to provide critical medical care when seconds count and carries with him an actual medical bag as part of his duty gear. While Officer Wilson continued the chest compressions, Officer Brushert began providing BVM ventilation to the victim. Officers Wilson and Brushert worked together to provide life-saving measures until the Greater Round Lake Fire Protection District arrived on scene and took over the medical care. The victim was transported to Condell Hospital with a pulse. Without a doubt, Officer Wilson and Officer Brushert's actions provided the victim a greater chance of survival in a medical emergency, and it was confirmed that she was doing well. So we would like to congratulate you on a job well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Great job. Thank you for your service.
So, Madam Clerk, the first officer, I believe in line is Officer Goodwin. So before we get started, I did want to mention that It has been a while since this department has promoted sergeants, and I can tell you, I thank the board, I thank the mayor for understanding the need for this important position. I've served as a sergeant. DC Wildy was a sergeant, and I see Commander Barback there was a sergeant. With the amount of officers we have now, which we are fully staffed, and that is something that is very rare nationally, we are fully staffed, and we have so many young and excited and ready to go officers that it is very important that we do have this position to make sure that we are taking care of them as they take care of the village. So I did want to ask, Commissioner, did you want to say a couple words?
I just want to say thank you for being a part of all the interviews. I wish everybody had them. You guys are all great people. My respect for you guys are, I learned a lot from each and one of you, especially your resumes are off the chain. So good job, guys. Congrats.
So first off, we will start with now Sergeant Goodwin. Sergeant Goodwin, if you could introduce who's going to be pinning on your,
This is my wife, Shannon.
Madam Clerk.
Raise your right hand. I, Timothy Goodwin,
I, Timothy Goodwin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
Sergeant
Sergeant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
And I might add, I love the shaved face. Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Next we have Sergeant Cortez.
And this is my fiance, Tracy.
I, Christopher, raise your right hand. I, Christopher Cortez,
I, Christopher Cortez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
Sergeant
Sergeant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
Has been a long time. The sergeant stripes look good on the uniforms, too. Go ahead and sign. Thank you. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Madam Clerk. Sergeant Loopy.
So this is my wife, Crystal. I, Kenneth Loopy,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties
the duties
of the office of
of the office of
Sergeant
Sergeant
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Congrats.
Congratulations. And finally, it'll be Sergeant Henkin.
And this is my wife, Megan.
I, Paul Henkin,
I, Paul Hankin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
Sergeant
Sergeant
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
She's dancing.
That was the last one, right? Go ahead and hide your sign. Thank you. Congratulations.
Sergeant, I got
Yeah.
to say it first.
So Mayor and Board, that's all we have, so if it's all right with you, sir, I'm gonna go ahead and, everyone, there is cake and refreshments on our side.
We still do have a few things to go over, but the police department's dismissed, please. Go ahead. We'll give it just a minute to get these, get them out of the building here.
We're kicking it
Thank you all for coming too. Love to see the crowds.
Seven years younger, at least.
So also on tonight's agenda still with the mayor's report, we have the Round Lake Area Queens coming to visit us again tonight. And we want to tell you next time we want your crowd to be that big as well, okay? Thank you for coming. If you want to step on up, you can speak at the podium.
it's so great to see you all again. My name is Zoe, and I am now Miss Lake County of Round Lake area. We are so thankful for your support of the pageant and the Round Lake area queens over the past year. We have had such an incredible year being able to serve our community, and we just wanted to be able to come back and say thank you for all the great events you've been hosting and for creating such an inclusive community within Round Lake.
Appreciate your service, ladies. Thank you very much. And could all of you give your names and titles so we have it for the record?
My name is Darby Leach, and I'm Junior Miss Round Lake Area 2021. We had such an incredible year with so many great events, but my favorite event this year actually took place in Round Lake Beach. It was definitely the Cinco de Mayo event.
Oh,
It
great.
was so inspiring to see so many community members come to a first-year event and hopefully an annual event. I loved seeing the performers and see how excited they were to put on a show.
Thank you for coming to that. It meant a lot as well. We greatly appreciate it. It was a first-time great event. We hope to have many more. And we also have on agenda this year the Miss Elote Fest queens too. So we hope to see you guys at those events. Okay? Thank you. Little Miss Round Lake, are you going to say hello? Just pull forward. There you go.
Hi, my name is Starlin, and I'm Miss Round Lake Area 2021.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We love seeing you out this year.
Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations on Miss Lake County. Uh-huh. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm Julie, I'm one of the co-directors, and I just want to invite you to the pageant this year. It'll be on June 12th at 4:30 over the Civic Center.
Great.
Thank you so much, and yes, we're very much looking forward to
Thank you. Appreciate it. Huh?
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. All right, next up on the agenda tonight is our proclamation for National Public Works Week. Do you have that?
This is a proclamation declaring May 15th through the 21st as National Public Works Week in the Village of Round Lake Beach. Whereas public works services provided in the Village of Round Lake Beach are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives. And whereas the support of an understanding and operation of public works systems and programs such as water, sewers, streets, and public buildings. And whereas the health, safety, and comfort of the Village of Round Lake Beach greatly depends on these facilities and services. And whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, are vitally dependent upon the efforts and skill of public works officials. And whereas the efficiency of the qualified and dedicated personnel who staff public works departments is materially influenced by the people's attitude and understanding of the importance of the work they perform. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and Board of Trustees of the Village of Round Lake Beach, Lake County, Illinois, as follows: the week of May 15th through May 21st, 2022, shall be proclaimed as National Public Works Week in the Village of Round Lake Beach, Illinois.
All right, thank you. And if we could, please, get a motion and a second passing and approving this 16th day of May 2022, declaring National Public Works Week. So moved by trustee Stout,
Second.
second by trustee Cleveland. All in favor? Aye, the ayes have that, and it will pass. The next item up will be the proclamation for National Police Officers Week.
This is a proclamation declaring May 15th through the 21st as National Police Week in the Village of Round Lake Beach. In 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15 as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which May 15 falls as National Police Week. And whereas the members of the law enforcement agency of the Village of Round Lake Beach play an important role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of our community. And whereas it's important that all citizens know and understand the problems, duties, and responsibilities of their police department, and that members of our department recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, protecting them against violence or disorder, and protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression or intimidation. And whereas our police department has grown to be a modern and scientific law enforcement agency which unceasingly provides a vital public service. Whereas May 15 is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families. Therefore, be it resolved that the Village of Round Lake Beach designates May 15 through the 21st, 2022 as Police Week in the Village of Round Lake Beach and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation. Passed and approved this 16th day of May 2022.
All right, if we can, to make sure that that was passed, can we have a motion and a second, please? So moved by trustee trustee Ibarra. Second by trustee Valadez. And all in favor? Ayes have that as well. Motion will carry. All right, business item A, a resolution appointing an authorized agent to IMRF. Rich Hill will be our new authorized agent for the IMRF representative, correct? As our Human Resources Officer. Can I have a motion and a second, please? So moved by trustee Davis, second by trustee Cleveland. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have that. Motion will carry. Business item B, resolution approving an agreement with GovTemps USA LLC. Mark, if you want to speak on that?
Yes, this is a 3-month agreement for a planner, because as you may know, we lost Kate Portillo for a full-time job at the village of Brookfield, and her last day was today, and James Brown, the agent from Gov HR, had his first day, and Gil can attest that they did a lot of planning speak today to confuse him downstairs, but they did a nice handoff of various projects, planning and zoning related methods of operation, so he'd be very versed in it and saw what was on the agenda pending items. And it was a good first day, and Kate finished up a large number of projects that she had just to do the finishing touches on for me, so there'll be more information coming to you in the next June's Committee of the Whole from the Planning Department. And this agreement is for 3 months, and it will function much like we do with Susan from that same agency. So it's a very conducive to our ability to have 1 day or 3 days, depending on our needs for that position.
All right. If I could have a motion and a second approving the resolution and approving the agreement with GovTemps for the 3-month period with our new planner.
So moved.
A move by trustee Stout. Second by trustee Ibarra. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is a contract revolving money, so we should do a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Davis?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Ibarra? Aye. Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Valadez?
The ayes have that. Motion does carry. Thank you for the votes there. A resolution now for item C, authorizing waiving competitive bids and approving an award of contract to Scientific Aquatic Weed Control for an amount not to exceed $43,960. This is for our Round Lake aquatic treatment for the plants. We will be using some ARPA funds of our own for this, but this will also be reimbursements from some of the surrounding communities that are going to be involved in this as well. But we want to get started on it rather than wait. get the plants before they start growing too much. So if I could get a motion and a second? So moved by trustee Valdez. Second by trustee Cleveland, and a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Ibarra? Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Davis? Aye.
The ayes have that, motion will carry. Moving on to item D, resolution, you know what, Chief, too, I'm sorry, you don't have anything on here, right? If you want to move on to catch up with your sergeants, you'll be fine. I meant to say that. A resolution authorizing and approving award of contract to Archon Construction for a not to exceed of $104,382. Mark Rooney.
Yes, I think you've about covered it. It is the sewer repair, and they are the
That's
low
right.
qualified bidder, and staff supports them moving forward.
All right, then if we could, a motion and a second for the award of the contract to Archon Constructions for a not to exceed amount of $104,382. These are for our sewer repairs that were talked about at the committee of the whole. So moved by trustee Cleveland. Second by trustee Valdez, and a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Davis?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Ibarra? Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
The ayes have that. A motion will carry as well. Item E, a resolution authorizing waiving of competitive bids and approving an award of contract to Burris Equipment for not to exceed amount of $144,398. This was for equipment, the inloader, backloader, I believe, over at Public Works that we all just discussed at the committee of the whole. Reason we're moving forward with this is we do have the lower interest rates with the bank right now that we had on hold actually for one of our large trucks that we needed, but they won't come in for a couple years. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of the lower price loan to get this equipment that is also needed, that was on the list and agenda for next year. Can I get a motion and a second, please? So moved by trustee Davis, second by trustee Cleveland, and a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ibarra? Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Davis? Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have that as well. Moving on to item F, a resolution approving the fee structure for the village's consulting engineers. Mark, if you want to talk on that one, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, this is something This is something you do annually. We've added one other engineering firm to the list of Burke Engineering. They're currently working on a water main replacement that we have, and Scott has shown me the bid sheets on all of them, and there's been a remarkable level of holding the price down from most of the firms. It was only HMG that had to raise their rates this year on their rate sheet from what they had the last 3 years. So it just holds a basic rate for all the various engineering fields that we could use, and it gives us at staff level a comfort level that we have 4 different firms that we can now go to depending on the project and their availability to address any infrastructure needs of the village. So it doesn't commit us to any one engineering firm, but just gives you the prices, so then staff will be able to use any of the 4 firms throughout the year.
Thank you for reminding me of that one. Can I get a motion and a second for approving the fee structures for the village consulting engineers? So moved by trustee Ibarra,
Second.
second by trustee Cleveland, and will be a roll call vote as well.
Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Davis? Aye.
Aye.
Trustee Ibarra?
The ayes have that. Motion will carry. A resolution authorizing and waiving competitive bids and approving an award of contract to Relodyne Company for fuel services. This is for our fuel over at Public Works. and the new equipment that they will be using on the tanks. That'll notify them when we're in need of fuel, so we will never have a downtime. Can I get a motion and a second, please? So moved by trustee Cleveland,
Second.
second by trustee Stout. And can I have a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Valdez? Trustee Davis? Aye. Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Trustee Ibarra? Trustee Stout?
Aye.
Guys have that ours as well. All right, we are at the time now of public participation. If anyone in the public has any questions or comments for the board, if you do, please come to the podium, state your name for the record and your question. Doesn't, oh, all right, come on up.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kristen Stilio. And a couple years ago, I guess it's 3 now, prior to COVID, I was in here talking to the prior mayor in regards to the channel. The channel has now encroached on my property, along with several of my neighbors. At that time, I was also in discussion with the administrator, who had told me I had to contact the Army Corps of Engineers, which I did as well. So I had the administrator on my property the same day as the Army Corps Engineers, so they all kind of met together to try and come to some resolution. I noticed last year that up and down the channel they had put flags for something. I assumed they would have started working on it or come to some kind of conclusion. So I guess I'd like to follow up with that and see, are we working on that?
I do not, honestly, I do not know, and I'm gonna guess, Mark, you don't have any working knowledge right now of that. Our Public Works Director was to be here tonight, but his family came down ill, so he's at home taking care of them. If you want, I'll have you speak with Mark, get your information, so we can kind of follow up with that. We do have a lot going on with the channels.
What does that mean exactly?
The state, we can kind of go further into it with you, but the state is actually giving grants to actually redo some of this all the way out to Long Lake, right?
Yes, it'll start right at Rollins and where the Heights comes across the road with the water from the north, and it flows, and it is the entirety from Round Lake Beach, or the lake, as well as the full length
Yeah,
of
so
the channel
it
that
kind
goes
of
to Long
V's,
Lake.
so you know, it V's from a channels coming from this side of Rollins and from Round Lake itself, the lake itself, and goes through the dam all the way down through, all the way out to Long Lake. There's gonna be some work done on that. Now, that's probably a 2-year out project.
Yes.
But they had sponsorship all the way downstate to just about everyone, about everyone in the Springfield. So we do have some help going to be restoring all this. But now whether that takes effect, are you on the lake or are you on the?
I'm on the channel.
Okay, so I don't know what channel, but what we'll
By
do
the
is.
dam.
Or you are by the dam?
I am.
Okay, so I know it's at least starting at the dam. Whether or not it goes inward and whether there's anything on the line for that, I don't know now. But Director Hiltz would probably have a better idea of what's been up in the past, because I do not for sure on that.
And the project, exactly what does that entail, do you know?
Cleaning that all out.
And,
So-
yeah, they'll be establishing hardened places with riprap, some places where there'll be retention, not detention, it won't be a new pond, but that'll hold water and then drain it as the storm ebb and flows of, release.
It'll
So
help
it's-
the
it's-
flooding, the mitigation of the flooding is
Yep.
what we're really trying to do all throughout the area. But as far as, like I said, right there on that channel, it would have to come from,
Well, and we just got awarded, we made this select list for funding for next year. So they'll start the preliminary engineering for the project in this year, and the engineering firm has been selected by Lake County Stormwater Management You know, so it's a county-wide system that gets the state and federal dollars. And it has been selected, and they're actively paying engineering fees to start the design. So we don't know all the specifics of the design. That's why they hired the engineering firm. But Lake County Stormwater Management has notified the village that it's officially in the approved list for the out year. So we could look at your property. If you could give me the address, we'll call you back and give you as much specificity as we can at this time.
That would be wonderful, thank you.
Yep.
Another question. So there's a repair on Monoville from I believe it was a water main
Yeah.
or sewer. Did we do 2 repairs on that?
Yeah, that's a Lake County project. Yeah, so we wouldn't have anything to do with it. I travel that direction as well, so I am aware of it, but as far as controlling anything of it, I do not know. Now, Lake County, as far as announcements, did state that they were doing a temporary fix on it, and then are coming back with a full fix later, but that was because of the fact, if not, it was gonna be closed all summer. So it was better to get it temporarily repaired and then a full fix later on in the summer. But that was off of a Lake County website that I'm going off of, so to help you on that one, just going off of recollection.
I didn't know, I assumed it was around Lake.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
All
all
right,
for your time.
no problem. And if you would, just make sure you give me your contact information. Director Hiltz will take your information and probably do a little research. Let him know that you had conversations in the past with Dave and with the,
What was Dave's last name?
Kilbane.
How long has this gentleman been here?
Scott Hiltz has been here for a few years, 7 and,
Probably aware of it.
I'm-
He was
okay. He was probably involved in it as well then. So, but let him know that they were out there along with the, what was the department? I forgot. Army Corps, thank you. Yeah, let him know the Army Corps was out there too. That way it might help jog his memory of it. But Round Lake itself doesn't have a lot of control over the whole lake. As you see, we're working with other communities to try to help better the aquatics of the lake. But Scott will have definitely a better working knowledge of anything that was in our area. Okay? All right.
Call you
Doesn't look
tomorrow.
like we have anything else this time for public
But it is
participation.
pretty,
We do have executive session tonight for probable pending litigation, land acquisition, sale of land, and executive session minutes and personnel. So if I could I have a roll call? Can I have a motion and a second to go into executive session?
So moved.
So moved by trustee Cleveland. Second by trustee Valdez. All in favor? Ayes have it.
I'm sorry, roll call.
A roll call vote, please.
Trustee Valdez?
Aye.
Trustee Cleveland?
Aye.
Ibarra? Aye. Stout?
Aye.
Trustee Davis?
Aye.
All right, the ayes have that. We will be going in executive session. The begin time will be 7:45. And we will be returning. We're returning as soon as we're done. We won't, we probably won't have any other items. Thank you.